of Moshe Rabbeinu at the burning bush, having his first conversation with Hashem. And as the conversation begins, Hashem tells Moshe, Shal na'alecha me'al raglecha. Take your shoes off of your leg. The ground is holy. Take your shoes off. And there's a lot of discussion. What does this mean? A funny way to start the conversation. Take your shoes off. What was significant about Moshe Rabbeinu taking off his shoes? Chaim Volozhiner writes in his Ruach Chaim, in his Perish on Pirkei Avos, he discusses how the neshama is a series of links, many different layers of our soul. It goes all the way up to the Kisei HaKavod, all the way to the throne of glory of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the bottom part of the soul is inside our guf, inside our physical body. Just the bottom piece. And as our body moves, and as our body thinks and acts, we swing the rope, the chain of the neshama all the way above, and we can affect all the higher worlds. So in truth, the bottom of this long rope of soul is like the shoe on top of the foot. The bottom of our foot, all the way in the bottom, there's a shoe on top of it. So to our body is on top of the bottom of the soul. And Hashem was telling him, take off your guf, take off your physicality, take off any type of mechitza, of interruption between me and you, between our connection of holiness. And that's something that we all strive to try to get to. That we have physical barriers, we have our physical self that sometimes tells us to do things that are inappropriate, look at things that are inappropriate, go to places that are inappropriate. Our soul is telling us, don't go there, don't do that, don't look at that, but our body takes us to those places. And in order for us to connect to Hashem, to achieve what we're all striving to achieve, Shal na'alecha me'al raglecha, take off that bottom physical layer of covering on the bottom of the soul. Take off that guf, take off the physicality, and try to become more spiritual. But I once heard a different answer, a different explanation of what Hashem was trying to teach him. The whole message by the bush was Hashem telling Moshe Rabbeinu that you're destined to go down to Mitzrayim and be a leader of the Jewish people. You're going to take them out. You're going to lead them through the Midbar, give them the Torah, bring them towards going into Eretz Yisrael. You're the leader of the Jewish people. The first lesson, the first thing I'm going to tell you, the first message of leadership is you got to take off your shoes. Don't do that here, okay? What does it mean to take off your shoes? So if you think about it, out of all the different garments that a person wears, let's say you have a coat. And let's say, you weren't able to go to the store, and your mother sends you a coat in the mail. So you get the coat, and it's a little too big. No, it's a little too big. Maybe it's not so fashionable, but you could put it on, you could roll up the sleeves maybe. Maybe it's even a little too small. Okay, so you don't button the button on the jacket. It's okay. You can't fit into your jacket, it's okay. You could still wear it, you're just fine. But if you get the wrong size shoes in the mail, oy vey, you can't put on that shoe. If it's too small, you're literally in pain. You can't just open up the laces. You can't wear the shoe if it's too small. If the shoe is too big, you fall all over the place. The shoe is the only garment that needs to be exactly right. It has to feel good. It has to be exactly measured to yourself. Comes along Hashem and he says, look, I'm about to send you on a mission. I'm about to send you to become the leader of the Jewish people. Message number one, it can't just be exactly like a box. You have to take off that shoe. You have to be able to be free. You have to be able to be open. You have to have the ability to grow, to spread yourself out. You have to have the ability to say that, I always expected X or I learned Y, but I could be bigger than that. You can't have a ceiling. You can't be in an exact shoe size and that's how you're going to go and walk and that's how you're going to be able to develop. The only way a person is able to grow is if there's nothing holding them back. And the second you're wearing something that's handcuffing you, that's not allowing you to be able to spread out and go to new territory, new areas of Avodas Hashem that you never even dreamt that you could try to hit, you've capped out and you're not going to be able to make it. A true leader has no barriers. And this is something in our own Avodas Hashem that we have to recognize. The second we start to take certain preconceived expectations, what the world says is my limit, what the IQ test decided I'm capable of doing, what my community decided I'm capable of doing, what my kindergarten teacher told me what I'm going to do when I grow up, when that is our box and we can't break through it, there's no way that we can achieve godless. There's no way that we can achieve greatness. We have to try, shal na'alecha me'al raglecha. Take your shoe off. Be able to spread out. Try to do something that you never thought you could do. Test the waters. Do a little bit more. A little bit extra. Stay up a little later. Wake up a little earlier. Learn through the break. Do a chesed that's a little bit uncomfortable. Go ahead and try to be nice even if you're in a bad mood. Try. Try to do it. What's so bad? Try it. Push, push, push. Don't slip into a comfortable shoe. We all have to think in our everyday life, what am I today going to do a little bit more than I expected yesterday or what other people expected from me? If every day we do something a little bit, it doesn't have to be so grand, it doesn't have to be so external, it doesn't have to be one that everyone's like, whoa, what happened to him? It doesn't have to be a little bit more, a little bit different that we did not expect to go ahead and do. No one might know about it. It might be that you wake up early and you, with a friend and you say, I'm going to say Berachas HaShachar, I want you to say Amen to each one of my brachos. And then you're going to say the brachas and I'm going to say Amen. No one's going to know about it, no one knows that you did it, and boom, you put 15 new angels into the world with your Amens. A small little nothing. But you changed worlds because of what you did. Could be, again, a secret chesed. It could be extra learning. It could be so many different things that we're able to do. Everyone has to figure out in their own world what that is. Don't leave the caps on. Don't leave those shoes on. Think how we could flex. We could broaden ourselves. We could shoot the roof off from top of our heads, and we could be able to go higher and higher. My bracha to all of us is if we're able to internalize this lesson. The first message that Hashem gave Moshe Rabbeinu, Be'ez Hashem will all be zocheh to soar to the tremendous heights that we all want to achieve.